Welcome to ROR Cards Part 20. Today we take up a set of 7 or 8 different cards and you practice it along with me. Try not to cheat. Just look at the card on your left and do not look at the answer on the right till you actually give up. The links to the previous 19 parts are in the description section below and you should watch all those videos and practice the different sets of ROR cards for your orals examination. The first card today here is a Drake signal. This vessel is showing a flag on its mast. The flag is a flag hotel, which stands for that this is a pilot vessel. This vessel is basically indicating that the pilot is on board, or this is a pilot vessel. So this is a pilot vessel underway, seen from the port side. If you see this vessel, you will sound one shot blast and alter course to starboard and pass its stern. This vessel during the night will show all round white over red lights in vertical line at or near the masthead. So pilot vessels show white over red and fishing vessels show red over white. So don't get confused. All right. Then of course it will also show side lights and stern lights because it is underway. How do you know it's underway? Because there is no anchor ball. So you are assuming if it is not showing any anchor ball or shape, it is underway. Fog signal for this vessel is when it's making way, it's one prolonged blast. If it is stopped, it is sounding two prolonged blasts with 2 seconds interval in between, and the option is also of 4 short blast. The next card is again a cardinal mark, and this cardinal mark is a north cardinal mark. So how do you know? So whenever you see the top marks, which are the two triangles, see the direction in which they are pointing. So they are pointing towards the north, assuming that of course how we look at a compass rose, north is uh, on the north side, and so it's pointing upwards, I can say. So upwards will be north, downwards will be south, left would be your west, and right would be east. So that's how we assume it is ended. But here the cardinal marks are north and south based on the direction in which the arrows are pointing. Of course, I don't want to misguide you. So west and east cardinal marks do not make the arrows point west and east. They are different. There's a different way of identifying it. Just remember that the north and south cardinal marks, the arrows if pointing upwards is north, if pointing downwards is south. So this is pointing upwards, so it's a north cardinal mark, and the color is pretty obvious to you. It's black over a yellow. The top mark is again obvious to you. It's two black cones, one above the other, pointing upwards. The light, if fitted, would be white, and the rhythm would be very quick or quick flashing. North cardinal marks always have very quick or quick flashing. It's the same. Then what you see is again a danger mark. This is known as isolated danger mark, and this is very easy to identify. You don't confuse this. It's just a safe water mark, very easy to identify. This is very distinctive. It is black and red mixed, and this is isolated danger marks actually indicate that the mark is erected on, or it is moored on or above an isolated danger which has navigable water all around it. So you can navigate all around it. It is only marking an isolated danger. So the shape could be optional, but it should not conflict with the lateral marks or a pillar or spar. And the color is black with one or more broad horizontal red bands, as you can see. The top mark also you can see are two black spheres, one above the other, and that is basically the distinguishing feature of isolated danger mark. The light when fitted is white, and the rhythm is group flashing 2. So this is something you have to remember, group flashing 2. If you can remember, that will be great. And this is again a pilot vessel, but this time it's at night because it's showing white over red light in a vertical line. It's underway because you can see the stern light, and you can see this vessel from the stern. It is less than 50 meters, or this could be a pilot vessel which is less than 50 meters at anchor. Why it is less than 50 meters at anchor is because if it was more than 50 meters at anchor, you would have seen two white lights. But the most probability of this is a pilot vessel being underway seen from astern based on the positioning of the light, the white light. If you see this vessel, sound one shot blast, alter course to starboard. Also remember that if you see a card with red over white, it would be a fishing vessel. It would not be a pilot vessel. So don't get confused. All right, practice before you go for your oral examination. The day signal, as you probably saw on the first card itself, is flag hotel, which is as per International Code of Signals indicates that it's a pilot vessel or there's a pilot on board. And if the vessel was at anchor, it would have also shown a ball in the forward part of the vessel. The fog signal is depending on if it's making way, it's one prolonged blast. If it's stopped, it would be two prolonged blasts with 2 seconds interval. And if it is an anchored vessel, it would also rapid ring the bell for 5 seconds. And additionally, it may also sound 4 short blast may be sounded because it's of a pilot vessel. Now remember that depending on the length of the pilot vessel, of course, the anchored signals would change, but pilot vessels, well, they could be more than 100 meters. I have seen a pilot vessel more than 100 meters, so I will not assume they're always small. But yes, normally it's a small vessel, so it's rapid ringing of bell for 5 seconds. Then this vessel is a vessel which is engaged in towing operation. Because you see those 3 white lights in a vertical line, they basically indicate that this vessel is engaged in towing operation. And the red, white, red in a vertical line indicates that this is restricted in ability to maneuver. So not only is this vessel towing, but it's also restricted in her ability to maneuver. You are seeing this vessel end on because you can see both the green and the red light. And the green and the red lights are the side lights, of course. And here the vessel is either less than 50 meters with tow exceeding 200 meters, or it is probably 50 meters or more with tow exceeding 200 meters or less. Now you have to remember both these options because when you see 3 white lights in a vertical line, this definitely indicates a towing vessel. Now what happens is if this vessel is more than 50 meters, it has one more white light, as you see in this case. But if its tow is exceeding more than 200 meters, it will have additional white light. So that means 4 lights in a vertical line, or one light could be separated from the other. Now in this case, you don't know whether it's more than 50 meters or whether the tow is exceeding 200 meters or more, because it could be possible that the vessel is less than 50 meters but the tow is exceeding more than 200 meters. So you consider both the options and you blurt it out to the surveyor in the orals examination. When you see this vessel, because you're seeing this end on, you will sound 1 short blast and then alter course to starboard, stay clear of it. This vessel will show a ball, diamond ball in a vertical line because it's restricted in an ability to maneuver. And if tow exceeding 200 meters, it will also show a diamond shape. The fog signal for this vessel is of course 1 prolonged followed by 2 short blast. The next card here is again a vessel which is restricted in ability to maneuver. And it corresponds to the previous card if you think about it, because the day signal we discussed there is pretty much displayed here. So again, this is a power driven vessel towing. It's restricted ability to maneuver, and the tow length here exceeds 200 meters. And how do we know that? Because you can see the diamond shape. The diamond shape basically on a towing vessel indicates that the length of tow exceeds 200 meters. It is underway seen from the starboard side, because if it was anchored, it would show an anchor ball as well. When you see this vessel sound 2 short blasts, alter course to port and pass around stern of the last vessel or object being towed. This is a restricted ability to maneuver, so it becomes your responsibility to stay clear of it, so you should take action. Although you are seeing the port side of this vessel, do not assume that you become the stand-on vessel or that vessel will be giveaway vessel. All those rules do not apply then. The lights that this vessel will show is masthead lights forward and aft, side lights and stern light because it is underway. Length, if less than 50 meters, then aft masthead light will not be compulsory. 2 additional masthead lights in vertical line with forward or aft masthead lights. Yellow towing light above the stern light, and all round red and white red lights in vertical line to indicate it's restricted in ability to maneuver. And the fog signal for this vessel will be 1 prolonged followed by 2 short blast. The next vessel is also a towing vessel. Here it is a power driven vessel which is towing less than 50 meters. It is less than 50 meters because otherwise you would have seen one more white masthead light. So 2 white lights are indicating a towing operation. The third white light would be indicating whether it's more than 200 meters tow, or the fourth white light if it was also more than 50 meters. Alright, but because 2 white lights, you know that this is a towing operation, but the length of the vessel is less than 50 meters and also the tow is less than 200 meters. You are seeing it from the port side, so you know that this is underway because you see the port side light. You will sound 1 short blast, alter course to starboard and pass from the stern of this vessel. Stay clear of it. It is your duty as a power driven vessel to stay clear of. Okay, this is not restricted ability to maneuver, but you are seeing the port side of the vessel, so you will anyways sound 1 short blast, alter course to starboard. You become the giveaway vessel and pass from the stern of it. There is no day signal for this vessel because here if the tow is not exceeding 200 meters, there is no diamond shape required. Fog signal will be 1 prolonged followed by 2 short blast.